Okay, for your trust, ya good day, Musem, and ye the Ebremono, Mr. Mobebia, who are Uchi Biano, and then semi de Bano, I know she papa, and your secretary, dear Namuna Mope Etienne, Ebrewa, a Pumakrama Massisia, dear, Bibiada, Nakrema, and Chibiano, the Medin Eber Shows of the Dendina, Musmo said, dear, and Yama AC 80 hours. Instead of a kind of wet cap, 5 days, I just say, Kata. Now you do GSP1 media a rep any kind of my own 2 day the moment ABN I mean I do my wiki or the liberty more culture now yabon come up videos pictures now dinano and one will say any my Ghana in point in all call or jamu edama Africa for you and my channel so and family meeting at the St. Martin with my friend KT Joy say I say and so and now so the any of my AC etianum of course, Prince Ajay, and so on, a Prince no make do. Omuna Ajomo, any special guest, said the above would do. I Baba cancer and Yasan. I say, and a bunkomo, and you'll be a former Ghana Football Association presidential candidate. Yamami and the Amanda Clinton, who say Amanda Clinton consultancy or not, and the head on the coffee by. Obanomadi for legal services beyond on it or very lavish estimate amount lawyer and the law firm and who I do and oil team say about Africa had ya Udimutin Papa fair crowd to book almost only the Mamina Chipa Senka Mamina MA or general manager near the former internet trust and they are trust work up on Kabo internet trust first team Aqua Kudru and Wakata or Koyano. The cutter for receive woman I know she Eba Tunisia on Captain Akasa or say Omo go when must the Birada Omukono Omodi Papa and ever Tunisia Ghana Black Star says she had 32 teams in there. I'm listening and the eventual listening now you said yeah and there must all the 32 teams almost squad and all I had ready official. I never born at Yama, Naim slighty. I make Bidika no, oh, yet Tunisia, or just say, they want to bring joy to Tunisia. Maybe actually, ever count to the Ghana company can afford to buy Siamanoka. Say, nah, go to Warakot, you see, I can't just say, who say, Andra and Ghana Black Stars coach, or Tuado, any minute 26 months squad. Na owura ne din entimi enka ho bi na mesramo desi ame no mo ka se ye onakwa so a ko Dubai and sana I never drop because I had 26 anyway Ghana squad no wa say minim the omde ma fa no ni din ka ho de nti e be hwe na ya ka official ho asem ya match ya ne Switzerland be bonom e be ka ho so nsem pa na 20 na sana city mama busafo nya akwa bana fi menko Madam Amanda Clinton na ye ne nkomo tue no and start and share or Joy say akwaba
senior my regards to you and everybody listening to us today. Fire the fire na assume na and we are glad to be here today. Need fire and crown and
it's my Mikado ni hao wanza hao jivambeo
ni hao
ni hao St. Martin wachila
Tien ni chisho
wachishema wachila nisha jawshema wachila jolofu wachila jolofu
is it you want to jollof I say jollof
what did you order
Hey. Kiborata, ni hao
St. Martin.
Jivambeo
Chibala.
Wala na kaida.
Have you
ni quite chiba.
Okay, the story away. Yeah, mama, Amanda, we can munya with na yen fan chassis, yen fan chassis. We are there. I betray that no more be as a secret to Kekumuni or more market na if internet and mega fire. I say, I'm not telling you, we do the one I got to answer now. Now, you know, that's some more. Okay, keep an say a free bad and a brand caviar. And but BBI said, I mean, Madam Amanda Clinton Honoma. On the way, we are live on all our social media platforms. You can visit us on www.ghanasportsbay.com. Also live on africansportsbay.com, africansportsbay.com. We are live there. You can also join the meeting and share your idea, all the comments and stuff. You can post it. We will read it for you as it is. Now, if you are so to be, I am fine. I'm straight away. Madam Amanda Clinton, good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for having me on the show.
Sure. I trust you are cool.
Yes, thank you.
Fantastic. Madam, it's been a long time we've heard from you since you filed for, like you'd wanted to become Ghana Football Association president. Since then, we haven't seen you in the Ghana football. What's the matter?
I think I took the advice of a lot of the delegates, which is, to just try and do grassroots work, just understand the politics behind a lot of things personally, get involved with, women's football and different things like that. So I've just been under the radar, but very much, learning and growing and appreciating it from the grassroots level upwards.
All right. Okay. Okay. So that is it. Madam, let's come straight to Ghana Football Association. I know that you monitor everything. Now we don't want to go back, and we want to see how Ghana football can improve. So that's, our Black Stars and other clubs will be more famous or more legit in African football. Now we have qualified for the upcoming FIFA World Cup that will be held in Qatar next week. Our preparation so far, how would you comment?
I think it's good that Ghana is in Group H, with Portugal, Uruguay and South Korea. And, we have another opportunity, particularly with Uruguay, since they knocked us out of the 2010 World Cup. Furthermore, before the World Cup has taken place, we've played Brazil, and we're about to play Nicaragua and Switzerland. And, these matches will really help our players in terms of putting them to the test, etc. So it's a great opportunity. A lot more, international players are on board the team, and a lot of hope in terms of, like these foreign-based players, although, perhaps we could have included even more local players as well. But we are in a great group, and it's our opportunity to come back again against Uruguay. But we also have to watch out for, groups like, or teams like Portugal, just because of the class of players. But ultimately, I think we have to get into the next group, which is, I think it's going to be a round of 16. The top two teams will advance to the round of 16. So it's a great opportunity, and Ghana, I think, is 100% behind our players for this.
Yesterday, Black Stars of Ghana head coach Tuado announced his 26th match squad for the action against these three countries you just mentioned. Have you seen the squad? Which player would you like? You'd wanted that player to join, but unfortunately, his name wasn't included. Are you okay with the squad?
Definitely. I think Mubarak Wakasu could. I'm a bit disappointed that he wasn't added. He has versatility and experience. But overall, it's a pretty good team. Mohamed Kudus, he will be paramount in controlling the midfield for Ghana for his technical ability. Daniel Amate is going to be crucial for defense. Andre Ayew, he won the Under-20 Cup for Ghana and has been selfless in representing the country and stuff. So I just think it's a pretty strong team, although perhaps a few more, maybe a bit too much over-reliance on international players, and we could have, put more of our homegrown talent in. But I'm overall, I'm very pleased with the team that's been selected, and we've of course moved up from, I think the FIFA rules changed from 23 to 26 players, and 5 substitutes instead of 3. So it's going to be one to watch, but Portugal is definitely a very strong team.
Amanda, let's see. Our goalkeeping department, of course, we were having George Wallacott and Eric for entry, but unfortunately, a day before the announcement of the final squad, he had injury. Would you think that this injury will affect Black Stars goalkeeping department?
No, not at all. I mean, I think that's one of the strongest qualities that we have. And I just think that you go with it in terms of if there is, somebody has an injury, etc., you just pick the next best person. So no, I don't think that's going to affect us too much.
Very good. For what the Ghana Football Association has planned or have scheduled. We have a friendly game on the 17th of November, which is Thursday. And our first game against Portugal is also scheduled on 24th of this month, which is also Thursday, meaning a week after the friendly match. Then we will be playing against Portugal. Is it advisable to play such a friendly game against Switzerland?
Yes, I think so, because these matches are beneficial because our players will put themselves to the test. They're all big games, and it's nice to have these friendlies in order to do so. And it's a good chance, to see the depth of our squad just before the game, because if there's any last-minute tweaks that need to be done, then I think that's the time to do it. But definitely, I think players should always feel on their feet and should just realize that they're not going out there to play, but to really represent us and be professionals. So for sure, they should feel the pressure, and they should feel it at such a high level as, Nicaragua and Switzerland, etc. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's say inclusive of us at goalkeeper Dalad Ibrahim, Madam Amanda Clinton. Do you think this goalkeeper, he has all the abilities, he has all the capability, he has all the momentum to spot or to keep or to catch for the Black Stars of Ghana as #1 goalkeeper, ahead of those goalkeepers Tiziki and the Nuruddin?
For sure. Definitely, I have a lot of confidence in him, and I think he's got what it takes, especially since, there's a lot of pressure when it's such a big match, especially against Uruguay, the team that knocked us out in 2010 in South Africa, on our soil in terms of it's within Africa. So I think he will be good under pressure and will represent as well as a goalkeeper.
People are saying that the Black Star technical team, how they waited till that minute before they released their squad. The Ghanaians were worried. Where are the squad? Are they doing some glue, that kind of stuff? Amanda, in your technical point of view, do you think that was it the right thing for the technical team and the Ghana Football Association to delay our final squad?
Definitely, because it's better to get it right than to get it wrong. It's like drafting a document. You know what I mean? It's better to wait to the absolute last deadline and get the document to the best standard in terms of content and rollout and, tweaks and different things than, over-reliance on a sort of mediocre team. So I think if they had the team, they would have got that list out earlier. And, it brings more certainty, I think, to the whole process. But as long as they got it before the deadline and the team is actually quite strong, I think that's what we should rely on, as opposed to perhaps they should have got it out earlier. Because I mean, surely if it was ready earlier and they had better players earlier, they would have gone with it. And then you also had, things coming up like, FIFA World Governing Body approving nationality changes, for 5 European-born Ghanaians. I think Patrick Pfeiffer, Stephen Ambrosius, Tariq Lamptey, and Inaki Williams, etc. So, I mean, there were these different factors that had to come in, and then rolling out, additional players, and then you're moving up from 23 to 26, and then you have 5 substitutes and not 3. So it definitely, I think the timing was okay. They could have done better, but the technical team at least have a strong team that they're putting forward for this World Cup.
Legal consultancy, a lawyer at a firm, and a bank. Amanda, before you go, let's see. Ghana, our group, you've already highlighted it, but let's get into details. Let's see. Black Stars of Ghana, we are in Group H. We are in Group H, of course, against against Portugal, Uruguay. What again? Let's see. Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal against the Black Stars of Ghana. It's our first game. I mean, Thursday, this coming Thursday. Thursday's week. Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal against the Black Stars of Ghana. Amanda, what should Ghanaians do? What should we expect this game? Do you think our first game, when we lose, it will demoralize us? Or what should we do, the technical team?
I think we should it's always about focusing on the end goal. And the end goal is if we get out of this group, I don't see why we can't make it into the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. It's true, we're playing against Portugal, one of the strongest squads in the world, with their captain, Cristiano Ronaldo, as you just cited. And, this is going to be a glory for him, because I think he would have scored against, 5 World Cups if he scores in this as well. So it's an extremely strong squad. And I think they've got Bruno Fernandes as well, Manchester United midfielder, etc. But it's really going to be about, the group of death. And it's a game to watch, but I think this will set the level for what Ghana has to keep beating throughout, the other players. So it's good that they start hard.
Looking at our group, it seems we are not talking about the Koreans. Have you monitored them, or do you suggest that the Black Stars should focus more on Koreans rather than Portugal and maybe Uruguay? Do you see Koreans?
Focus on everybody. They should focus on everyone, because you've got Son Heung-min. I think he's a top striker, plays for Tottenham, and he's one of their star players, and he'll be looking to continue that in terms of the way he plays. And so I do think that Ghana should watch out not to take the Koreans as the weakest link in this group, as their compact team could prove to be a group of death sort of thing. But I just think Son Heung-min, of course, is a top player in terms of the top striker, South Korean, that's from Tottenham. And Ghana definitely can't underestimate anybody in this group. But if Ghana is able to get out of this group, we can make it to the quarterfinals and again, the semi-finals. So it's just the end goal: get out of this group in terms of win it, be the top 2 teams that win it, and then carry on from there.
Among the squad, 26 players, can you name your first 11? Because it seems it's hard for the coach to name his first 11. If you were the coach, who are the players you're going to start against Portugal?
In terms of first 11, I would say, just again, like I said earlier, the most critical player or crucial player is the midfielder Mohamed Kudus. Okay. Daniel Amate will be crucial in defense. Tariq Lamptey, who plays for Brighton. His pace in attacking, will be quite good as a wing back. Also essential to the midfield from Arsenal is Thomas Partey as well. And in terms of attackers, we've got Suleimani and Jordan Ayew and crucially Inaka Williams as well, who plays as a forward, I think, for Atletico Bilbao. So, I mean, there's a lot of players they can pick from, but I mean, those are some of the good things. But again, the captain, Andre Aye, is also very good.
All right. Amanda Clinton, thank you so much for your time. Would you predict which position Ghana will be? I mean, how many points do you think that Ghana will be from the group?
Well, as I said to my tutor for my law exams when he asked me what grade do you think you'd get, and I wasn't heading for 2-1, I just said, okay, I think I'll get a 2-1 with honors, and I ended up getting that. So I think it's a very self-defeating answer. Every player should go in to say that they're going to be the top 2 in terms of getting out of this group so that we can go to the semi-finalists. And, obviously the top 2 teams will advance to the round of 16. So the end goal is always to think that we are the best and that we're going to make it. So we will either, I just think we should just say that we're going to be in the top 2 and just win 1, draw 2 and 4 points or something.
Have you heard, do you think that Ghana Football Association, they dictate, they instruct technical team to do the Black Star job? They don't allow the technical team to work on their own.
Yes, it would be better if they allow the technical team to work on their own, sort of like a standalone group that can really effectively execute their mandates. But again, just because we've gone through so much change in terms of them restructuring, getting over the former years of GFA's predecessor and COVID times, etc. Maybe they're a bit overzealous in making sure that technical team is that they will have more confidence in the technical team. But I can understand why they are, they're very much working together to coalesce, etc. But for now, I can see why, because GFA is very much harmonizing into what they want to be in terms of this new vision. After having a previous, leader lead for a considerable time.
Okay, Amanda Clinton, Ghanaians, are they negative? Are they saying negative things about the Black Stars?
I think they are to some extent, but then I think that's also good because it makes the team sit up in terms of, we have had some international games where professional games where the team have gone out and acting as if it was like a friendly, etc. So I think Ghanaian expectations is high, but we're also letting the team know that that they have to just ensure that they're not going out to play, but they're going out to win, sort of thing. So yes, I mean, Ghanaian expectations is high, and we are being a bit like harsh on, the players, but then they have to know that we treat this very seriously in terms of our football in Ghana, and we expect tenacity, determination, and a willingness to die for the jersey, which I think is what Ayew said in a recent Al Jazeera interview.
Let's be positive and support the Black Stars. This is a comment made by the Ghana Football Association president. Ghanaians aren't happy about this comment. What's your take?
The Ghanaians aren't happy about?
Ghana Football Association president Ted Okreku made this comment that let's be positive and support the Black Stars. Ghanaians are unhappy about this comment.
But how could anybody be unhappy about a comment that you should be positive and support? Positivity always wins over negativity, and having the mindset of winning always wins. So we should, just come together, be positive, and feed into the team. So you can't be upset with him for saying that. As a people, we should have more of a positive take that Ghana can really bring this home for us. So he's right. I mean, you should always speak positively. You shouldn't say let's be negative about them we're obviously not going to get through, so let's just plan for another 8 years or whatever. You know, confidence to players is very important in any game.
Some comments I want to read, but some comments are too harsh.
What's the harsh comments?
After this positive news, Ghana Football Association president passed on. Some people says that someone like you don't deserve to be the FA president. Did you buy the votes? A whole lot. Someone also said that, oh, go away. This is crazy. I mean, some comments, we can read it now. So I think that Ghanaians are unhappy because a lot of comments after Ed Okeku made this comment that let's be positive and support the Black Stars.
You have to be positive. And I mean, if he wasn't positive about getting to be the head of GFA, he wouldn't be where he is. So he knows what he's talking about, that having a positive mindset is definitely more beneficial than walking into any situation, be it a game of life or a game on the field, and having a negative attitude with people backing you who have a negative mindset. A positive mindset will always win over a negative mindset. And if you cannot be positive about our players, then don't watch it and don't comment. But if you can be positive, then share your comments and watch the game and let's grow together. But it's this negativity that is affecting everything in our country right now in terms of, I mean, it goes down to politics and everything. Everyone's like, oh, nothing's being done. But what is their role? And how are they being positive? And how are they changing the system? And I think positivity should always be championed, for sure.
Your message for the Black Star players, 26 players. Next week we have a game against Portugal. I mean, this World Cup, your message for entire squad and the technical team.
But we have a chance. You know, nobody sees us as favourites, which is to be expected. So we know we're not going to go into any matches as favourites, but we're there to fight and make an impact, I think, you know, and no doubt it's going to be a very difficult group for every team. All we have to do is just to really be focused, determined, ready, and have a full squad, and obviously a bit of luck and a lot of positivity. But it makes us proud that we've got this far and we have another opportunity. And who knows, there might be some silent giants waiting to rise in terms of the way they play, the way they approach this game. And they've given up their other teams in their other countries to come and play for us because they're Ghanaians. And so something might happen. And I think sometimes it just takes a little bit of magic and a bit of luck. But the whole country backing this team is imperative. And anybody who sits on a platform or behind a laptop saying that they're going to criticize Kurt Okoeku for saying that we should be positive and behind them, obviously does not know what they're talking about. Because if you know everything about football and you don't think it's right to have a positive mindset and that we should support our players, then you're not really in the business of football.
My last question, and then we end you here. Maybe next time we will also invite you on our show. As of now, Ghana, we don't know the budget we are going to spend. I mean, the expenditure for this World Cup. We don't know. I wonder, do you, I mean, what's your comment about the Ministry of Youth and Sports coming out saying that Ghana, we know how much we're going to spend after every stage we are going to reach in the World Cup? Do you agree with the Ministry of Youth and Sports?
Yes, I mean, they're also saying this because of history in terms of, you know, there wasn't always all that transparency in terms of how much was being spent. And I think there was a little incident quite a few years ago about a plane and a cash full of money. You know, I think Brazil 2019 as well, and 2004, sorry. And so 14. And so what I'm thinking is that, yes, there has to be a lot of transparency. And as the ANAS expose showed, that the rot has got to be cleaned. And this is one of the ways in terms of transparency.
I see, so you support that we should keep the budget. The Ghanaians shouldn't know what's going on until every stage we reach before we know how much they are. People are saying that because they want to squander the money because they want to aid the money, because they don't want Ghanaians to know how much we are spending for this whole trip?
Well, maybe because initially there might be an estimation per stage, and then you spend a lot more. So it might be better to incrementally release how much has been spent when it has been spent, rather than having some sort of estimate pool, and then the actual pool is a lot higher, and then people criticize that. But again, if you just have absolute transparency as to the total amount that was spent, and that's not hidden, then I think that's a good thing to incrementally release how much was spent at each stage. But sometimes if you just do projections and then a lot more is spent, then that could cause even more doubt.
Wanda Clinton, we thank you so much for your time. During the World Cup, if something is bothering us, we will hit you again, and then you can also share your opinion with us. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Guru.
Senior, you are go be behind.
You right there when Amanda if you go so kasa obesa too chef obesa too much when say or I busy there for which make your crab or you busy there which me as I join here Brian go so your discussion e go so e cost na enti say no Amanda aka ni nyina no joy mama sha stay free Black Stars 7 days to start our game against Brazil. Your friendly match. Amanda say, okay, what Amanda Kasani we take.
Regarding first of all, let me say thank you to Amanda for her contribution and her inputs. For people like this, but it makes it bigger. And thank her so much for everything and the insights. Some of us are not privy to so much insight like her. So thank you, Amanda, for your input. But on the friendly match, I think it's in place because who share a squad now, maybe I free and I maybe I per con. I think then there's the need to watch the boys together once before we go into that game with Portugal. Also, given the fact that a lot of people are coming in with niggles, coming out of niggles into the tournament and all that, I think there's the need to see how everybody is, test them in a game situation, and assess who is ready and who will need a bit more time before we play Portugal. So I think on the front as to whether that game is relevant or not relevant, I think it's okay. It's relevant. It's not too dangerous. And if we think we are not good at what we do, other people are also doing the same thing. So I don't think it's a worry that we can play that match. I think it's okay for us to play that match. If it's about the match alone between us. And then a couple of issues Amanda Kai. Yes, fine. We know why Ghanaians are angry with Kate Okureku for saying that. Yes, it's not a good thing, but every year you come to us to spend this big amount of money and we don't see any results. Why would people be happy with you? Why would people be happy? Say, yeah, support you now or positive energy. Put us here. It has to start from somewhere. If you want the positive energy, it has to start from somewhere. And a lot of the times, everybody associated with football will tell you, say, until it is happening on the pitch of play, don't expect it to happen in the stands. So it has to come from the pitch of play. If you want people in the stand to respond in a particular way, I saw demand move from pitch of play. Put us here. So for me, I'm one of the downbeat Ghanaians. I'm one of those who doesn't seem very much positive about Black Stars a lot of the time. But if they are winning and they are playing good football, so you see the energy, you see the effort, you see the zeal now. You be more positive. You lend them your support. But then every day people stand on the pitch as if they are just there because we don't have any options. So you also look out and realize that there are lots more options. I think you'll be downbeat. You'll be more negative than being positive. So fine, it's good to be positive, but it has to be end. Over a couple of years now, has the Black Stars of Ghana earned that positivity from Ghanaians? I don't think so. That is why people will be angry about what Ketokreku said. For me, I'm still skeptical about the Black Stars. I'm not very positive about how much they will go. Yes, Black Stars playing a match. I support the Black Stars in the best way I can support them. It doesn't mean that positivity in my war in 2006, 2010, we are there yet. We can't be there all of a sudden. The team has to start giving us wins, giving us effort for us to be able to get to that level of positivity in my war in those times. And now we offer about her comments briefly. And say, of course, to not be so yeah, I'll come in again and then comment.
Mikado, I am sure Amanda Casano Kakra. You have a Black Star lesson. So, dear, if I say Amanda and Sam, you did you, Bana. I have a short out interview. I mean, would take nothing.
Sir Martin, I think, sir, she spoke very well. Because people who are into the sector no, they have a way of talking. Among Kasa to say lame Ghanaian would not be our Kasa. But then no, if you listen to her very carefully, Kasama Okano, she was very careful with what she was saying. That's what I thought. Her words were she chose her words very careful. And I think she's somebody who has a lot of connections currently with Ghana football as well. You know, for her, no, on to mean Kasa anyhow. But then I mean, me pick some points, positive points, be from what she's like, okay, you know, which is about having the hope in the team with the kind of names she mentioned, especially or mentioned Andrayu, and also a ball, Wakaso, and those kind of players. You know, if anybody mentions them currently in our team, it means is talking about honesty and loyalty, and that's all, and not what is happening right now. And to me, I feel that she's in the UK, but she's very traditional, or a very traditional person, and the kind of things she's saying, you know, it's positive. I do. Also, from a lame point of view, no, not football minded, you wouldn't understand what she's saying. But then, there many who can come who say, or you straightforward, and she's hoping, say, Ghana can cause an upset in this tournament, and then at the same time, it's really difficult. Yes, because she mentioned, say, we are in a group. Our group could be in a group of death, and it makes sense a lot because South Korea, they are very strong, almost a really strong team. Uruguay, as bad as their form is right now, no, they still have players almost between ahead to any time. And then Portugal is there, looking at even their back, their defense. From what the main kind of cross them, yeah, all these teams, you know, almost very good teams. I thought, say, the Okane, she was on point. She was on point. There was only one part. She has to often visit Ghana to understand, and a good kind to understand how the Ghanaians feel, because Ghana is very hard. Hardship, you know, Ghana is tough. Into the moment, the irony behind money, no, very sensitive. But then, you know, it's always what it is. Hopefully, no, we will see if the players can really put up a very good performance. But then, they're kind of 100%. I do agree. I do agree with her. Yeah, being positive and send your kind of no, I don't know. You have to be positive. Now, what do Ghanaians expect Okreku to say? So what you say? Only because they be positive and support the team. That's all the team needs right now. You know, we'll also try our best to support them and see if they can perform and give us that confidence again like before. Yeah. So Martin and one.
Cristiano Ronaldo. I always say, you focus. Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo. Then you forget his Koreans.
Sir Martin Pachomiana. I was a Cristiano Ronaldo.
I make I say Amanda, I make key comment.
Yes.
And I'm best
Cristiano Ronaldo there, the Cristiano Ronaldo comment no make any there. I don't really take it as a very serious comment, because Portugal, Oshom team now, they have individual brilliance, and Ronaldo no, as well as our traits no. Me pick it out because may your research be in a report on on the with the Ghana group in the team, I assignment at FIFA. I say like upcoming coaches, no, na me pick up defense, no, and I felt say I'm a threat, no, and Cristiano Ronaldo alone. Defense, no, is rather I see say a threat because Obashe is a Man City players here, Cancelo, and other guy here over your friend is saying, how do you call it? Player friend is saying, Guru, City players, defender, yes, exactly. Those two guys, you know, almost be higher during in your music, especially with set pieces, and then playing the game from the back, and then also Silva. It's in Ronaldo, yeah. Into Ronaldo, dear, I don't see him as a big threat to me. There was rather one player injured at Liverpool, I attack, and can you injured and can you higher? Yes, but no. He's injured, you know. Ronaldo, I don't see him. He's really wearing off. And as you see, also, only good mood. There are so many things happening in the team, you know. On to me and performing. It's just first, you know. Dear, I don't think so. I don't concentrate on money.
Okay. I was for sports Chaofan and Masu so I mean for a prince producer Prince Brown. I don't call Prince Brown so now on farm Amanda and some Kakarafi. You will run Black Star Squad move. Prince Brown. I will be a fight there. Amanda.
Bibi Aboko on my side and Amanda Swassen. Fantastic submission. I believe senior Mikado Guru senior Somakano. I believe she spoke as a legal practitioner. I mean, you wouldn't just throw words around. You've got to like think and carefully choose your words. And for her, no, in some way, she's coming from that perspective, like that European, perspective. Saying you're running football, the kind of style they call and currently, I'll tackle the monetary aspects because Ghana, idea first time Ghana for a particular about that. Adibia say 1 peso Ghana, Ghana for say 1 peso, and this what football people say any idea because they know say but of course in himself still they're going to spend much money there in Qatar, but then obviously it's going to take something away from our general overview of the competition. But can't the players of football and I mean like she said footballers now are from they are the right people we've called they're right there. Or can say like she's disappointed with the fact that like there is no Wakasu Mubarak. I believe that Wakasu is good, but players are afraid in that position this season. Comparing them to Mubarak, I believe that it was a well chosen midfield option for the Black Stars. And, overall, no, it was good. It was good. And touching on that Ronaldo factor, no, I mean that Portuguese national team will be a very big threat to us, as well as the Uruguayans and also the South Koreans. We should only look forward to the Mundial and then just enjoy our country, Ghana, at the Mundial.
Okay, Martin. And as a young squad, Marimbo squad, Joy on Tambra is a network national, sports Chaofan, GSP1 media, and Maso Mutino. Good you some by way of media leadership. We wake up on a certain up space. He said, I wake up near the center of Qatar 2022. Say, you're being Qatar, China, and Qatar, a moon should be a information. And the mom will say, and you would any YouTube page, now was subscribe. Now I like, now I share. Now I just fine pa. Me amount enti na happiness here enti yatna see there channel say your rep so call a cutter and I admire you na pictures videos interviews you the cast the interviews baby and so only Cristiano Ronaldo munya be interviews only Messi interviews. I think say GSP1 every proper service bra. As far as Qatar 2022 is concerned, there, and every proper ones pa. My Yembra Black Star squad and so. Yensha, before my squad and so. Yensha, Mikado. Yes, Jojo Walla Court, no what on now. I don't know, social FIFA side to our publishing 26 players, no. On can be it is no a bed room kakra. And so Johnny Black Star camp is here. No,
well, I think, sir. Well, I think, sir, as his name was in the 55 provisional squad in India, he's always allowed to rejoin the team if anything goes wrong. Ghana can always re-add him back to the team because 55 man squad no, but then we have submitted the 26 man squad no. You know, honestly speaking, no, I haven't gone very deep into it, and I know say joining team ni back Krana, he's not going to play. Ibiano or Kohono, he's or support like moral support, and I say he's going to give them like, I mean, send the boys what he has here. Because I know even Senegal say man is injured, but also can squad no. Naming can squad no to play. If he's going there, I don't think that he's going to play because Ghana has already submitted the squad. And a squad normally I don't think that it's going to be logic say keeper back on a free move back because this goalkeeper is okay. Why am I saying this? Because Obi Pra more estimate of timer like doctors and our medics and make us say, oh, we're just for 2 days and now 1 day to be fit. But I'm not the end day. Like according to information, no we're pro for a long time. They claims that he was out of the World Cup. Suddenly he's now fit to play. He's not fit. Ebi okay, but you're fit, and I don't think that he can play. He's not going there to play. Or call for support and I BB. Because maybe a player and I can pro. I will still go there. Yeah. I will still go there to go and play. I mean, to go and see my teammate and, I mean, yeah, give them morale and support. So on my opinion, that's what I think is going on there. But then I don't think he's going there to play.
Okay. That's fantastic. I mean, we can't know. You shall listen. You shall listen. Joy, so Joy Trans. Kimorata, Prince Brown, Mr. Young, listen. 26 players now. Hannah deserve, Hannah name deserve. Were you okay with the list?
Oh, senior, list, no. Okay, senior, list, they made me account when they say, there are some names I thought say like they should have been there and they are not there, but obviously players who are playing in their stead, can do a better job. In the goalkeeping department, didn't go with Atizigi. I mean, what is Atizigi going to do there? We saw how shambolic he was playing in a friendly match against an African rival, Algeria. Aquano as a your pitch in the soup. It will be saying, I mean, say, say, that's a goalkeeper, no, and you was not a wheel. So be saying, come on, I mean, and yet, bon, on the listen. Senior Wabon, may say St. Gallen crowd or that way no Switzerland and one o'clock Ibrahim is my preferred choice, even though Chaofan maybe Accra has a full member. But me say I would rather than lad Ibrahim than Atizigi. And also Baba Rahman. Oh, say Martin, Baba Rahman. The last time I used Baba that time now we under 17 ball or the progressively or by no best call FC Augsburg or Germany. And we Mourinho got on they back Chelsea no they carry and they were because Chelsea not big names for that. And the story for say Christian. And since then we won't seen anything from him. He's not been able to give us any consistency in his game. Now preferring him other players are their worth it. I mean, there are players playing now. Kotoko guy no or last season and they oko we was in Sudan who said they Sabo is crowd or better than Babaraman. And so yeah, kind of correct because you want to say Onyobia like or Beckham Yaman into no own team could be. But then say young kind of crowd in football more say Martin a bad yama, more banner, especially more woman, so on the naturalize yama and they was answer I didn't say also Black Stars no so about England we see Ayana where Yama all because or she saying I running Yamana and Yakon Isaku or meanwhile Joseph Pencil is performing at a higher level and also that there is also Jeffrey Schlup of where suggests or Kobe, which I agree Senka Jeffrey or better that say Ode Isaku no Sporting Lisbon only bimbo a quality bench even when Sporting Lisbon be in the grab B team if we are looking at these things at these factors I mean I'm okay with the list but the few players I have questions about their inclusion and I'm going to say Martin.
Prince, just squad. I said Prince, but before the first squad, Prince, I said, okay, Penny and for your Lawrence Abdul Manaf for the regime. You almost saw my crying Shankra. Ibrahim Bana. Okay, Penny, the other video movie said, in this time,
senior Unim, Obiti said that lad, he is already in the national team, like Ebano Black Meteors Moniadia, and that's 20 Nassau Kobe. Only a 3 year ban. He knows how to represent Ghana. Atizigi then Ghana na time na to Ghana then no Atizigi go follow ye pa say on you one year exceptional thing be out. On your goalkeepers are like Ubetimi Edu Rashid Musa Pawi or Nimu or Japo Moa like Ubetimi ask away strikers and or offensive players or Bema they way more pressure to defenders. Osha Chelsea here, Mendy, and they some about the man back pass, but not players this show. Sana Tizigia Papa you, Atizigi no Sana why command back pass and now shoe. Into the goalkeeping it dear. I mean, say one man than lad and cheer, and they have Dumana and they had the right choice because Jojo Walla Cotanaka and no to confidence Papa giving you on the side. Into the Sanama women I was Sisia for me initiate because Martin. Okay, let's say never Conafa.
Okay, let's squad number squad with defenders now. Karik Lemche, Dennis Otre, Club Bridge, Gideon Mesa, Ozeri, Baba Rahman, reading. Hey, nobody's in a reading. Daniel Amati, Leicester City, Accra, Alexander Juku. Stosselsburg and a senior back. Joseph Eglu, Santa Vigo and a senior back. Afe Muhammad Salisi, Southampton, a cool. Ali do say do. Now, somewhere Uncle Vanny me.
Say do Salisu Nana. Boy, Nini no bo. On also ball French League, him FC Long. Boy, no, my channel mammy who said, say, yeah, the way called Mubarak Wakasu, you mistakes there, the need anymore. Make us a football people. Or much Mubarak because Abdul Samed no deserving the corner, and there are no two ways about that.
Yes, I'm midfielders more Thomas Say Pate, Osna, of course. Nazawusu, James, Afe Muhammad Kudu, Amsterdam, always that kind. Andrea, you, Asayu, Afe Daniel Frederick, Abdul Samad, Salis, hey, Lens, on, wait to Bavana, Abdul Samad, Salis, as I mentioned, I'm from the
Oh, Sir Martin, it was all full of boysy. Only good. Oh, dear. Set Thursday, Yamia, or we know him. Now, Odio, or maybe check a crave, or me in Kunaka, in Agana. Ghana for the Filion. Where would you be asking and cut over the These players are
my Joy, same now. Joy, you Tomorrow, I was certified with Guado's squad. Just that players may be people, but everyone say on average there, I certified with Guado's squad. Joy. Joy. I think it's a joy line no and shut down boy. I'm around Ricardo. So Ricardo.
So Martin.
How they are
Well, team need goalkeeper partner and also a me problem. But then I will me boost open question be or Hawaii. So Martin,
okay.
Yeah, but the football start tournament no. Keeper bang and or cheap penalties no. Are you winning? You know.
Tournament ready. Bobo Asian.
Yes.
Yeah, the ball Japan. Abdumana.
I don't know my friend no.
Okay.
Third goalkeeper no boy.
Yeah.
I the news or attend you so to ado. You get your match share there.
Yes, then
well, Sir Martin, you know, I think say honestly speaking, me listen there, I am very, very impressed and I'm surprised. I'm actually happy with the list. Apart from the Baraman, I felt say the only reason I'm afraid, you know, and yet for football, I think say one or good links. And two. So I think say it's all about being patriotic to him because he's always been there. He's always shown up, regardless tamana or what form. I know internet no friend, you know. But then I don't think say because of football reason. Yes, but apart from the Charlie squad, a good squad. You were talking about especially Soa boy, you know. Soa boy, you know, minim big brother. What you here? Soa, minim big brother.
Yeah, come on, Soa.
Anybody see a footballer, about no, yeah, meaning the boy is so good. So
very brilliant.
So good. Ghana, yes, because Ghanaians, we most of the time focus on a Premier League. Se play a no Premier League. You said that nimno, and that's on Spanish League. We don't really know them, but these boys are coach na friend. That made me feel say Otoado. I think he's a little bit on point. Like he knows what he's doing. Because one friend Wakaso, and I was so happy. Because at a point, not go focus because Wakaso like or links in your man. But one friend, until then, that means say there is something going on now. Yeah, I'm also can say Wakaso was even part. I was confused, but then me checking list no need him. Na me say listen, me check here and if I had a problem with my list. But then I'm impressed. I'm impressed by one friend, and that shows there. So to have the one who say when oh yeah, I'm the part of one friend.
But Ojina stand by you. Sharp, no about the shame. Football people. Football people.
Football people. Say yeah, and the one coach will make it back to the team.
Yeah. Me say we no that lad and Casano stand by or no you didn't have team stand by just so the team because say it's not make no Atizigi doesn't in the team.
Atizigi good goalkeeper.
He's not good. He's not good. Everyone in Ghana knows this fact. It's for a fact say Akwano Abon Danlad Ibrahim, he's been there for Ghana for how many years? He's been with under 20 names, so no plan or die, and so why is Danlad Ibrahim not in the list? And then we have Atizigi, who has done nothing for Ghana. I mean, Charlie, yeah, Ghana football, because
we are not careful. Goalkeeper, the Bama Lucy, because keepers in levels, keepers to compare teams like Shomon, goalkeepers of Kuta, Charlie, a big minus. Am I? And no pay squad in there.
Luckily enough, Mr. Kadu say bought a U 3 back.
We good. Yeah, and the wing backs.
They are used to it. Like Amateni with Salisu, they are used to it. Odiji Kushom Muntema, they're able to perform. Back system, no. Gideon Mensah, no, and then I may share the Papa interview and Roman in a year. And what the man was saying, also grab ball.
Yeah.
But on ball. or you're right-footed, but he played on the left side of the defense. Let's say left back, you know, and Gideon or Shasie as a 6 or 10, and boy we as a winger 11. And you know, we find another academy, and almost or no somewhat 3. Senior Harrison Afu. Harrison was a fantastic striker. We name Harrison Afu. Edu Obo Edu needing or Nungwa Obiabekacho. He was lethal, a band striker now. Why is that where clinical finisher? But then find another academy, almost in the height, and left back. Into the same thing with Gideon Mensah. He's so good. Gideon Mensah is super. So I mean, who said Omoma Baba Raman? But I say football people are saying let's say in India.
Yeah, Omoma Nembo. Gideon Mensah is way.
On the budget, or no, we are because the Brazil, the if you had found it on the no, we are this over delay. Now, step by step.
Sir Martin, Sika 78. The new Naya drinks and Crawford on Bicha Yedi, baby. Sicomode corner. You
platform can say so. How do you
know Bicha Yedi, Nasser Martin? You need to Bicha Yediana. Bicha Yedi, Sir Martin. Only almost all fans and go, almost all of supporters in Ghana Football Association and a ministry in Phobia Koba or Mobua. Ebeban, no much or budget. And it's not disclosing.
The media coyantis or my accommodation or my accommodation.
And only at the end, Sir Martin. It's a football people, Cassan, same way the chair, Nayanjo Mundia, no more. Only be omoye. Almost sure said that for Bashio because Europeans, no, and South Americans, no, and the other places, so on budget or whatever. Into they compare, or say compare. You compare and the brochure, here current economic crunch, Ghana now. On the say no, Prof. Wimunim say the cost of Mumu try this now your passion. You dance supporting Black Stars maybe. It's almost chain ya share tournaments, and I say, Omus happy, say Ghana winning one game pay. Normally, when the budget's not bad. Now, I want to also be in fee because Ghana winning game. Ghana win.
Everyone can brag Ghana. We say, Georgia Free, Amanda Clinton, and then can say, yeah, only more pray here for President Kunyana. If you more bonfire, and your man get to send a cup of nation acquire. You when I say that. I'm not going to go back and say, let's be positive.
But then no, Sir Martin, the Sicano, your best corner Sicano Crana, Eddie, your best corner. So me, I prefer say we will still go there and make Ghana proud.
Yeah.
What you said. Because there are 3 games, number boy, we group stages, Obia is entitled to yes. Everybody's entitled to 3 games. So 3 games on Omobo still can ebeko. Into why don't they perform?
Yeah.
Then it was better off say Ankayan qualify and World Cup maybe more. But you see I qualify Charlie. Me I feel say one was a World Cup and one and for like Brazil. Sir Martin, Brazil, on my entire economy, 30% is football is standing on my entire economy. 30%. They say G20, and you should know say 30%. Our World Cup almost about 10% of FUMA plus other club level football players almost turning your mind. You know, football a big investment, but just say it's up to we Ghanaians to really understand what we need to do, when to squander money. And when to make money. So can grassroots. But when I started the right redirection, right initiative. Obia ekasena we asa and we are say also Obia yeshe yokomo. Obia yeshe yokomo, but Obia tembia no Obia ekase and we are saying we diska. Skaben Obia di. One in diska. Me diska. Sir Martin, because the system is made. Yes, the system is made that way. If you go change here, you be you if you one time.
Oh yeah.
System no there. Obiapa, no, but this cannot just say,
yes, system. It's difficult.
Because me fit as a papa. That's it,
Because yes, Samati, yeah, it took like let's be honest. People just know you because of football.
Yeah.
Ghana non that, but Obo Asamoah natural, Obo Michael Listen natural, Obo Boating, Obo Boacho, and Chinese form, Japanese form, Shiomo, and chocolate. They football players, Koreans, and chocolate. They football players. Into no football na diakwechi. Into you taking it serious. Oh, you taking it serious.
Very true.
You taking it serious.
I had sports Chaofan, GSP1 media. The maiden edition of the Qatar, inside Qatar 2022. And we're fire. Now, me I do my any Samarin Kumbe to us after Samarin Kumbe near fire. Hey, yes, Inkumbe, what's on Babobia, any Uruguay, Black Star Portugal, Wabobia, Yami I do my any income. I saw ever for interview no snappy. Your queen, and what you rep look to swap. I ever bought the best Mudia Mamusa. The interview Mudia Mamusa. Ever life, sir. Not more dear Kosovo Kata. Yes, I been Kata inside Kata. Inside Kata. Ah, said China near Kata near one check. I say Travis Bia, yeah, that is nice.
It's a mountain. Mebusao, Nicaragua game no, Yambo Yeda.
Yabori.
Because now Amanda no or Castegana and Nicaragua, I will not say Switzerland and Nicaragua until now I confused Kakra.
Yeah, about one. About one pay against Switzerland, then one.
About Switzerland.
Yeah, because I'm feeling say a boy, but not or Casa, you have bought 2 games, you know. Maybe I don't also get the time wrong. You bought and down time.
Yes, Sir Martin. Meeting we chat one and say Ghana for now optimistic. I mean, the Mundial is a place where it's a football festival. Yeah, continue. Omo meeting aku bi nenko. Yeah, be show TV so. Yeah, fi mi je and shebi. Cause any o mind bia na ku. Nigeria for and running day. Almost omo team dey yes yen. Ya ko yi omo film. In team ni yo. Ye yi omo film. So we should be you know. We should be very happy. We play them tactically. We match them boot for boot. In the 18-year Acco World Cup now, let's enjoy it. And, you know, it comes once in 4 years. Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, sorry, so I call. Now, message is because they did that. Mama, want to come not intimate time. Na kete kroku no we den ya ono a we den ya ultimate wa o twa message ultimate to aba e football people mo na ekoto o maba o iti ya mama ade no mra form kakra mi ka de yako.
All right, I'm here for you the money na ase. And then another big thank you to Amanda Clinton as well, Morata, Sir Martin, and then Guru. What I would say is World Cup, no, it is a festival, it is a Brunia. Just unfortunately, no. Once in 4 years, it's not everybody, and you'll be and obey. In Ghana for me encourage you na say, you see any team kwem. If you next one, young country be. Into more nkoma, munja si kana den. Na mo enjoy game kana den. E wo musa but chale, if you next year na only ho, no wo. Into no more
GSP1, your friend.
Chale, into more one enjoy game chale. Mama NG and a festival you to qualify. How many countries are in the world on football? Neka 32 one.
Oh,
Sir Martin, we be near the negativity aside no. Oh, sir, we have issues. True. Could be any only problem. But we be the negativity aside no. It's yen chai naturally. Yeah, enjoy kakra. Yeah, football. The guys will do well. Maybe a football and I'm in World Cup. Masasa dang. We do honor forget it. Make sure the players will be our mentality no. now 1-on-1, Mr. Coach said, yeah, let's not tata now, not a born crab anytime. Me, I believe said these guys will show something. Let's pray for them. Now, any awkward say injury, now hopefully we can get the Switzerland friendly match safely played. As Murata said earlier. Yeah, it's for the money say. Yebishia, Tifia, but I think Kapa.
What that you have about a certain mistake. And on wow. I need and the way it is, I don't know, I can't take him Moratanka, Prince Brown, and I beat my friend Mikado, so Evertoni, yeah, I pay Joyce say so by, but network name 1 o'clock, and so 8 me a buyer. I pay Amanda Clinton as well, boy, much money in 8 because Gongon is Pelele. I'm going to put us working at my meeting, and it's a match with my friend Katie. I don't know if it's Macrovia, Yamishankovia. Bye bye.
Say Martin, Gongonis Peleno. I'm very curious about these two people. It didn't sound to say instrument. Who say Africa was an instrument to be a gongon and it's Pelele. Omo Yohana. Me feeling dinner too much. Me feeling dinner too much. He didn't there.